This is my first video ever really talking about like what I have and what I've built. And I got a little notepad here explaining what I've done to this truck behind me. I put a turbo kit on this truck about a year ago and I've driven it about 13,000 miles. This is kind of just my review of how it's been driving and if it's really worth it and do I regret it. So I'll start off right now. Well, let me just give you a little walk around. I'll give you a nice little walk around of the truck. It's lowered. It's actually, it rides like shit, I'm not gonna lie, just because of it being lowered. So I've had this truck since 20,000 miles. It's got 38,000 on it right now. I put the turbo kit on and everything at about 25,000 miles. Everyone fucking loves it. Everyone just dropped my fucking notepad. So, and it's a 70 millimeter too, so nothing too big. Plus I'm only making like 5.5 pounds of boost. Nothing too crazy, but it'll still beat that thing. So let me start talking about if it's actually worth it. So in total, I spent about $5,000 on this truck. I'll be honest, I was only supposed to spend about like $2,500 to $2,200, but I fucked up in a lot of parts. So I'm trying to help people who have this type of truck who want to do a turbo kit not go what I went through. Originally, this is a good start, okay? I only spent $1,700 on the turbo kit, my blow-off valve, and my intercooler and piping. Turbo kit was like $1,400 off Amazon. I'd pop something up, showing you guys. Blow-off valve, kind of a mistake. I bought a cheap one off eBay. It was like $40, not worth it. I ended up switching because it was giving me problems. My intercooler was also just an eBay one, but it's been working perfect. I only make freaking 5 pounds on it. So this is where I got screwed over. Tuning and my exhaust. So I dropped it off at the tuner after about a month and a half of installing everything. It took them 2.5 months to get everything correct. It's just gonna take another week. They would constantly lead me on. They ended up crashing my truck during the first month, and they didn't end up telling me about it till I went there in person 2.5 months later when they got finished with it, getting ready to dyno tune. It's just a fucking headache, I'll be honest. After you install that $1,700 turbo kit, you need a tune. Go to a reputable dyno tuner. Either that or do someone mobile. There's a lot of good mobile guys out there I wish I went to. Dyno was only supposed to be $700, and they kind of screwed me over on the exhaust. On the side exit, they quoted me $150. Came out to $700. We settled on $540. Ended up paying $540, and I started driving it. The first minute of me driving it, AC wasn't working. Oh, that's weird. It's really hot in my truck. Middle of summer, by the way. I checked underneath the hood. There was a big gash in one of the AC piping. Part of the 540 was that they had to replace my line. 2 hours of me trying to get it for free because they broke my AC line. Because they had to take out my downpipe and they cut it on the way taking it out. This is where the big bill comes in. They tried charging me like $2,000 worth of labor. I said, I'm not gonna pay that. I literally said, I'm not gonna pay that. So they were like, look, you won't get your truck back if you don't pay us. So we settled on $1,500 cash. Never going to this place again. I do not recommend them. I'm not gonna name drop them because that's some bitch shit. Total for that headache, $2,740. They did cover them crashing my truck. I do think they charged me extra for the labor because they crashed it. Also, I do have a couple of videos of it on the dyno, and the dyno sheet just looked all wonky. 440 and 450 torque at 13 pounds of boost. Damn. But it did make about 400 wheel horsepower and about 540 wheel torque. It did improve a lot, and it does put you back in your seat a lot more than what you expect. Even with those small gains, it will still dust this C6 Corvette. Like it's not even a close race. Like it just destroys it. But yeah, that's pretty much for this video. I might be missing a few things if I'm being honest, but just play it smart. That's the only thing I could tell everyone.